Yo, AD the Kingmaker here, guys. And in this video, we're gonna go over this woman, how she left her husband after getting a tech job. She's leaving out juicy details that I know are there because I've entertained enough women to know. I'm gonna pause it and let you see what I'm talking about in real time. But let's go ahead and get started.
So I'm no longer in pharmaceutical sales. I go into tech sales. We start going into the office. I will speed this up a little bit to get to like the good parts, but we start going into the office, and my office is right by Penn Station. And I am exposed to this fancy, like luxurious tech salesman lifestyle that had no idea existed. It's people my age. They are in their like late 20s, early 30s. They're like dressed in these like amazing suits. They go out to steak dinners on the company dime, and they're going out.
Translation: I start hanging out with certain people. I'm making more money than I've ever had. I'm going to nicer places than I've ever been to. These people are my age, meaning her husband is probably not her age. And I start seeing things that this man has never shown me. And I start getting ideas I've never had.
In like the West Village and all around Manhattan, any and every day of the week. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is exactly where I need to be. So I start going into the office every day. It's not mandatory, but I just love.
She loves the office environment. She loves being around money and winners and guys who she finds far more attractive than her husband.
Being around these people. We have a bar in our lobby that's also super fancy.
And she has a drinking problem. Okay.
Thought me drinking kind of in a luxurious way just meant, okay, you just like, you have good taste. Like you're not an alcoholic.
And that's the thing. Women are very, very rarely honest with themselves. You have good taste. You're not an alcoholic. What the fuck does having good taste mean? No, you taste a lot of alcohol because you have a control issue. You don't know how to tell yourself no, and you've given in to a vice. That's the truth. And a lot of these women lie to themselves.
So I'm ordering old fashions, dirty martinis, and these bars. Then we're going out to steak dinners with my coworkers, and we're ordering expensive bottles of wine. And I'm showing up at home wasted. And I start resenting my husband because he's just like any normal husband probably would do. Like, what are you doing coming home on a Tuesday night at 10:30 drunk out of your mind? Like,
she says she starts resenting her husband. That's not really what it is. She already resented her husband, and now she's drunk and she's coming home and she's kind of just voicing it. It's not that she resented him. No, actually, she did resent him. Is that she is not attracted to her husband anymore. This is partially why she wants to spend all her time at work. One, because she enjoys it. She's able to drink. She's able to have fun. I highly doubt she made any money. If you're spending all day drinking, I doubt you're selling anything. And I get to be away from this man who I'm tied to, who I feel as though is lesser than all the other men, or at least the top dog in the office, who's, I'm flirting with, I'm sure, and who's making money and who's just far more emotionally and sexually attractive to me than the man at home, who I don't like, who I'm tied to, right? And I'm starting to resent the fact that I'm tied to something and I'm living with someone who I don't like, who I'm not sexually attracted to. And it's so different than that which I get exposed to at work. So fuck being at home. I'm going to be at work, right?
Where were you? And
by the way, coming home drunk on a Tuesday, where were you? That is a very valid question, right? That's a very valid question. Her husband decided to grab his balls, right? It's a little bit too late because she's not attracted to you anymore, but still good job for him for saying, where the fuck you been and why are you coming back plastered? Like, what's up?
I realized then that I couldn't be married anymore. I was like,
not that she couldn't be married anymore. She didn't want to be married anymore. Like, we got to get the language right. This is why I say it doesn't matter what a woman says. Fuck what her words say. Listen to her actions. She said, I figured out I couldn't be married anymore. No, you were married to a man who you were miserable with for years. You just decided not to be anymore. You chose not to be. This is not a matter of like flying. You can't fly. You couldn't fly yesterday. You can't fly today. You're not gonna be able to fly in the future. You can be married. You were married in the past. You were married in the present. You decided, I no longer want to be married in the future to this man because he's not as attractive as the other options. And that's the main point that I want to get across here, guys. When a woman starts giving you problems, 9 times out of 10, it's because she believes she can do better than you. And when she's out at this office and they're showing her a better time than she's ever been able to show herself or her husband's able to show her, she now starts to see and believe, oh, okay, I'm flirting with these guys. I'm getting attention. And she's not going to say any of these things, but she starts to believe in her mind, I can do better than him. Therefore, I resent him. And she wants to leave him. And now, like emotionally, she's decided to leave him. And now she's rationalizing logically why she should, because I'm resentful and because I can't do this anymore. Okay. Both are kind of bullshit, but she just didn't want to be there anymore. But women are indirect by their nature. They're not going to come out and say directly, this is what it is. They're always going to be indirect.
This is not going to work out for me because, and again, I'm spinning the truth. I'm telling my family, he's so controlling.
She's lying to everybody. And this is another thing I want to point out. It's crazy. Women will lie to themselves and then tell you the same thing they're telling themselves, and then they don't consider it lying because they're saying the same. They've tricked themselves into believing their own bullshit. They're not only is she lying, not only is she drinking, not only is she likely cheating or flirting with a man in the office, she's also telling her family that she's the victim and he's controlling. It's crazy. The lengths these women will go to when they are not attracted to you and when they do not respect you.
I got to get out of this relationship. I mean, he's insecure. It's just, I'm just saying whatever I need to.
And he likely was insecure because her spending so much time at the office and knowing that she's drinking, knowing there's guys there, probably younger, probably more handsome, getting more money than him, right? Walking with their chest out. They like themselves more than he likes himself. And a guy who's in sales, who's winning, oh yeah, that guy likes himself. You feel like king of the ring. You know what I'm saying? When you're a guy, especially in tech sales, these guys are making $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 a year. Okay.
To make my family be like, I mean, that doesn't sound anything like him, but like, I guess, yeah, if you're unhappy, go for it.
She decided to make a bad decision. And we see here that her family even backed her up. They're like, fuck it. If that's what you say, if that's what you want to do, no one in this woman's life is holding her accountable except her husband. Okay. The husband holds her accountable by saying, where the fuck you been? How you coming home drunk and on, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock on a Tuesday night? That's his way of, one, checking on her to make sure she's safe, and then 2, holding her accountable. This woman avoids accountability like the plague because, 1, she's a woman and people have let her get away with it. And 2, she's no longer attracted to her husband because when she's attracted to you, she rushes home to see you. She can't wait to get home from the office and tell you about all the bullshit she had to deal with that day.
Not go for it. Obviously, my family wasn't like, yeah, get divorced. But I mean, they were like, if it's going to make you happy, like, I guess you have to do what's going to make you happy.
And they don't know the real reason why. Yeah.
My mom will still say to this day, she watches my TikToks and she's like, I didn't know that you were hiding all this drinking from your ex, like my ex. And I was like, yeah, I know you didn't because I did whatever I could to make you not know.
And she hid it because she was, drumroll, ashamed. Okay. We as humans, we naturally share things that make us look good, and we naturally withhold things that don't make us look good or make us look bad. And to say, hey, I'm an alcoholic, or to say, hey, I've got good taste. No, you're an alcoholic. Okay. You're a person with a problem, and that's okay. We all have problems, right? And you're just not willing to admit it to yourself. You're bullshitting yourself. Okay. You're not being honest with you. No one else is being honest with you. And this is why people end up in these positions.
And my ex-husband would not tell my parents because he knew that would just piss me off.
Yeah.
So
correction or translation. He wouldn't tell her parents because it would piss her off. And he was afraid of dealing with her anger. This is what I mean when I say your wife is bullying you emotionally. Okay. There are things you want to say. There are things you want to do that you just don't do because you're afraid to deal with the brunt of her emotions. If me telling the truth is going to piss you off, then you just going to be pissed off and we just not meant to be together. Okay. This is what I mean when I'm saying you guys are simping and being bullied by your woman. And this is why she doesn't respect you, because she can clearly tell that you are afraid of her. You're afraid of her emotions. And so therefore you won't check her. You won't leave her. You won't tell her that stops or this stops. But baby, something is going to stop. Okay. And that's just what it is.
He protected me in a sense, which, he had to do what he had to do for himself. So
he protected me. He kept my bullshit story going. I don't know if it was protection more than he was trying to protect himself because he didn't want to deal with her age. Like, this woman is still lying to herself, it seems like.
After a steak dinner one night, I come home, or in my Uber home, actually, I rent an Airbnb in Manhattan for the month of January. And so I'm doing this right around the holidays. This is beginning of December. And I get home and I'm like, I'm moving out. And I get a new job, actually.
There you go. You have it. She said, I'm moving out, meaning I'm putting space between you and I. And this is why I tell you guys, it's so important. Your number one job, listen to me clearly, guys. Your number one job as a husband is to maintain your wife's level of being highly sexually attracted to you. If that goes away, everything becomes harder, right? She must be highly sexually attracted to you and she must respect you. If you don't have those two things, it doesn't matter how much you love her. It don't matter how many cars you buy her. It don't matter how big a wedding ring you give her. It don't matter how big of a wedding you give her. It don't matter how many kids y'all got together. It don't matter how many years you've been with her. If she's not sexually attracted to you and if she does not respect you, you do not check her, right? You are in for a world of trouble because that woman is about to become your enemy. Okay. And this is the problem that I help my guys avoid and get out of. Okay. So yeah, man, AD the Kingmaker, tap in with me, the 30dayfix.net. If you're a husband and you're tired of dealing with disrespect or bad behavior, you're tired of just being a protector and a provider and a fucking chump. Okay. And you want to turn it around. You want to get your wife jumping out of drawers. You want weekly blowjobs and you want to stop dealing with disrespect. Go to the 30dayfix.net or click one of the links in the description below so you cannot end up like this guy right here.